had sex!
Hi everyone, I am Miss Zoe, and in today's lesson, we will be learning about systems of linear equations. Systems of linear equations are important to learn as they help us solve very complex problems, even in everyday life. We can use them for solving problems in budget planning and manufacturing, to mixing ingredients in a recipe, to running in a race, to investment planning, and even in chemical reactions. The uses are endless. So, what exactly are systems of linear equations? Basically, they are two or more equations that are linked together, which need to be solved together to give us the values of the unknown variables, which make the equations true all at the same time. So basically, it is where the two lines cross over on the graph. At this intersection, we get the coordinates, and these x and y values give us the solution. It's that easy. Now let's go through an example together. Here's our first example. Here, we have two linear equations. We can plot these two equations on the graph. Where these two lines intersect, this is where we can find the solution of the x and y values. Therefore, the solution to this system of equations is 1 and 3. X is 1, y is 3. Because these lines are different, they are independent. Because it gives at least one solution, we can call it consistent. Here is another example. Let's plot these two graphs and see what we get. Do you notice these lines do not intersect or cross over? Because they will never cross over, we will never get a solution. The lines are different, so they are still independent. But because they do not give us a solution, we call them inconsistent. How about this one? What if we get two lines that overlap one another in our system? Can you guess how many solutions we have in this instance? That's right. This system gives us infinite solutions.
Wow!
These lines are the same, so they are called dependent. Because we have more than one solution, the system is consistent. Did you know there are a few different ways to solve a system of linear equations? We have already learned one way, which is through drawing a graph. The other ways we can solve them is by doing some simple algebra, via substitution or elimination. Let me show you. Just say we are asked to solve these equations via substitution. Because we know the value of y is x minus 2, we can put this in the first equation. Then we will have 3x minus 2. X minus 2 in brackets equals to 4. The next step is to expand out the brackets or parentheses. This will give us 3x minus 2x plus 4. Can you see these like terms? 3x minus 2x will give us 1x. Finally, we can isolate x by subtracting 4 from both sides. Therefore, x equals to 0. Great. Now we have the solution for x. Now all we need to do is solve the value of y. The second equation tells us that y equals to x minus 2. Now we know what the value of x is. We can put this in the equation. So we will have 0 minus 2. Therefore, the value of y is negative 2. Therefore, the solution to this system is 0 and -2.
Let me explain how we can solve the next system using elimination by adding both equations. First, I want to eliminate the y. This is easy because they can cancel each other out. I can simply add both equations together now, so I have 3x equals 12. Isolate x by dividing both sides by 3. Therefore, x equals to 4. Now, I have the value of x. I can put this value into the original equation. 2x plus y equals 8. Y equals to 0. Therefore, my solution to the system is 4 and 0.
Hey guys, I also have another way of solving systems using elimination. This is by using the lowest common multiple. Check it out. Just say we are given these two equations. I really want to eliminate the y's, but they are different. So, I will try to make them the same so I can cancel each out. So the lowest common multiple of 3 and 2 is 6. Let's multiply the top one by 2 so I get 6y. Then I can multiply the bottom by 3 so I can get -6y. So if we multiply one part of the equation by 2, I need to do this for all parts. So the top equation will turn into 12x plus 6y equals 24. The bottom equation will turn into 9x minus 6y equals to 18. Looks good so far. Now I can cancel the y's out. I can add the top equation with the bottom equation. This gives me 21x equals to 42. Now I can finally isolate x. By dividing both sides by 21, I get x equals to 2. Now I know the value of x. I want to find the value of y. I can find this by using the original equation of 6x plus 3, y equals to 12. So x equals to 2. I get 6 times 2 plus 3, y equals to 12. Then I take away 12 from both sides. I get 3, y equals to 0. Therefore, y must be equal to 0. Finally, I have my solution to the system as 2 and 0.
Let's work out a word problem together.
Word problems help us apply systems of linear equations to real-world situations, like eating cake.
That's exactly right, MathBot. Our word problem today definitely involves cake. A bakery sells 2 types of cake, chocolate cake and vanilla cake. The chocolate cake costs $15 each, and the vanilla cake costs $10 each. The bakery made a total revenue of $200 from selling 16 cakes total today. The question is, how many of each type of cake did they sell? Let's identify the unknowns. We don't know how many of each flavor cake was sold, so let's make the number of chocolate cakes equal to the variable x and vanilla the variable y. These are the unknowns. So what do we know? We know that the chocolate is $15 each and the vanilla is $10 each. So we can put this into an equation, 15x plus 10, y equals to 200, because 200 is the total revenue. What else do we know? We know that 16 cakes were sold, so we can say x plus y equals 2, that's right, 16. Now we have our 2 equations in our system. All we need to do now is solve the unknown variables, x and y. I want to plot these equations on a graph, so we can put this in a y equals to mx plus c format. Let's start by subtracting 15x from both sides. Then we can divide both sides by 10. We can then simplify this down. This gives us our first line on the graph. Now we are ready to graph the first equation. Let's then go ahead and put the second equation in the same format. To get y on its own, we can take away x from both sides. Negative x is the same as negative 1 over 1x. Therefore, we have our graph y equals negative 1 over 1x plus 16. What should I do next to find the solution, Joey?
Of course, because I have the 2 equations in a form that I can easily graph, I will go ahead and draw them. The first equation I will graph is negative 3 over 2x plus 20. The y-intercept is 20. Then the slope is negative 3 over 2. The second equation is negative 1 over 1 x plus 16, so the y-intercept is 16. The slope is negative 1 over 1. This is where my 2 lines intersect. Therefore, the x-coordinate is 8, and the y-coordinate is 8. The solution is 8, 8. Therefore, there were 8 chocolate cakes sold and 8 vanilla cakes sold.
That is correct. Great work, Joey, Rex, and Andre. Looks like you have all understood the basics of systems of linear equations. Can you think of any other real-life situations? Let us know in the comments. We will see you in our next class. And until then, remember, practice makes perfect.